Why I used to have the pictures in my presentations? Because as per the studies, pictures give the more impact on your memory. So that's why I used to have as many pictures as I can have in my presentation. Okay, it's based on the studies that pictorial things, or like whatever you visualize or you experience, that remains in your memory for longer time, right? So that's why I used to have pictures in it. So what is this? What is
Brain.
this? Brain. Brain. Why brain is here? Because we say agile is a agile is a mindset. If interviewer asks you that, whenever you say na, that you have experience in agile also, then they'll start asking you what exactly the agile methodology is. So you can say directly over there that agile is not a methodology. It's not a methodology, it's a mindset. Okay, so agile is a mindset. That's why we are using brain over here. It has 4 values. So 4 values and 12 principles. And these are the practices of it. Check. So practices, which are the practices? One of them is Scrum. One of them is extreme programming. One of them is Lean. One of them is Kanban. Uh, Whoever have the experience in Agile, like in IT industry, so they know they'll like I'll ask this question at the end of this session, end of the Agile session, whether they have, whether like whatever I have explained is the same which they have followed in their organization or not. Because in many companies, what happens, Agile gives you the freedom to modify it also. There are certain restrictions. Apart from that, you can modify, you can use anything to build your software. So that is why one practice I have mentioned here, that your own agile process, that you are also defining your uh, Scrum or your own agile process based on the requirement in your organization or practices you are following in your organization. You can modify the agile practices. Okay. So over here, I'm going to show you one video. Do let me know whether it's audible.
Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day.
Is it audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Enjoy this video.
You've heard people say it's just like riding a bike, meaning it's really easy and you can't forget how to do it, right? But I did something. I did something that damaged my mind. It happened on the streets of Amsterdam, and I got really scared, honestly. I can't ride a bike like you can anymore. Before I show you the video of what happened, I need to tell you the backstory. Like many 6-year-olds with a MacGyver mullet, I learned how to ride a bike when I was really young. I had learned a life skill and I was really proud of it. Everything changed though when my friend Barney called me 25 years later. Where I work, the welders are geniuses and they like to play jokes on the engineers. He had a challenge for me. He had built a special bicycle and he wanted me to try to ride it. He had only changed one thing. When you turn the handlebar to the left, the wheel goes to the right. When you turn it to the right, the wheel goes to the left. I thought this would be easy, so I hopped on the bike ready to demonstrate how quickly I could conquer this.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Destin Sandlin. First attempt riding the bicycle.
All right. So the faster I go, the better.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. You can see that I'm laughing, but I'm actually really frustrated. In this moment, I had a really deep revelation. My thinking was in a rut. This bike revealed a very deep truth to me. I had the knowledge of how to operate the bike, but I did not have the understanding. Therefore, knowledge is not understanding. Look, I know what you're probably thinking. Destin's probably just an uncoordinated engineer and can't do it. But that's not the case at all. The algorithm that's associated with riding a bike in your brain is just that complicated. Think about it. Downwards force on the pedals, leaning your whole body, pulling and pushing the handlebars, gyroscopic precession in the wheels, every single force is part of this algorithm. And if you change any one part, it affects the entire control system. I do not make definitive statements that often, but I'm telling you right now, you cannot ride this bicycle. You might think you can, but you can't. I know this because I'm often asked to speak at universities and conferences, and I take the bike with me. It's always the same. People think they're going to try some trick or they're just going to power through it. It doesn't work. Your brain cannot handle this. For instance, this guy, I offered him $200 just to ride this bike 10 feet across the stage. Everybody thought he could do it.
No, you didn't understand. You didn't understand. So, this way. Okay. All right, just a second. All right, so, whenever you're ready. Yeah. Wait. No, you have to keep your feet on. Dude, all right, here we go. Wait. Like, you gotta start rolling at least. And go. Oh, go! All right, back up. Okay, keep your feet on the pedal. Go. Go right on. Just keep your feet on the pedals. Hands on. Yeah, come on. All right, one more time.
Once you have a rigid way of thinking in your head, sometimes you cannot change that, even if you want to. So here's what I did. It was a personal challenge. I stayed out here in this driveway and I practiced about 5 minutes every day. My neighbors made fun of me. I had many wrecks, but after 8 months, this happened. One day I couldn't ride the bike, and the next day I could. It was like I could feel some kind of pathway in my brain that was now unlocked. It was really weird though. It's like there's this trail in my brain, but if I wasn't paying close enough attention to it, my brain would easily lose that neural path and jump back onto the old road it was more familiar with. Any small distractions at all, like a cell phone ringing in my pocket, would instantly throw my brain back to the old control algorithm and I would wreck. But at least I could ride it. My son is the closest person to me genetically, and he's been riding a normal bike for 3 years. That's over half his life. I wanted to know how long it would take him to learn how to ride a backwards bike, so I told him if he learned how to ride a backwards bike, he could go with me to Australia and meet a real astronaut.
Are you gonna give up?
No.
Go ahead. This is how it starts. Look at this. This is such a big deal. Get up, you got it. Did you see his brain get it? So he, in, how many weeks have we been doing this? 2 weeks? In 2 weeks, he did something that took me 8 months to do, which demonstrates that a child has more neuroplasticity, am I even saying that right, than an adult.
It's clear from this experiment that children have a much more plastic brain than adults. That's why the best time to learn a language is when you're a young child.
All right, today's bike log. I can ride smooth, I can ride fast. I'm thinking the experiment is over. Okay, now I'm in Amsterdam, a city that has more bicycles than people. The question is, can I ride a normal bike now? I mean, I've spent all this time unlearning how to ride a bike. If I go back and try to ride a normal one, will my brain mess up? So I've tweeted a Smarter Everyday meetup, if you will, and I'm gonna see if somebody brings a bicycle and I'm gonna try to ride a normal bike. It's backwards, it's backwards.
This was one of the most frustrating moments of my life. I had ridden a normal bike since I was 6, but in this moment, I couldn't do it anymore. I had set out to prove that I could free my brain from a cognitive bias. But at this point, I'm pretty sure that all I proved is that I can only redesignate that bias.
So what you're not seeing is just a group of people here looking at me, looking at the strange American that can't ride a bike because they think I'm dumb. But I'm actually 2 levels deep into this because I've learned and unlearned. All right.
After 20 minutes of making a fool out of myself, suddenly my brain clicked back into the old algorithm. I can't explain it, but it happened in a very specific moment.
I got it. I'm back. Oh, it clicked. Hold on, it clicked. I got it. Okay, there it is. There was the moment. Okay, I can ride a bike.
I tried to explain this to the people around me, and they just didn't get it. They thought I was faking the previous 20 minutes, and I couldn't get anybody to believe me.
That looked like I faked that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just a face. You think I'm faking. You don't believe me. You think I'm lying, don't you? I'm not lying.
I felt like the only person on the planet who had ever unlearned how to ride a bike, and I couldn't articulate it to anyone because everybody just knew that you can't forget how to ride a bike. So I learned 3 things from this experiment. I learned that welders are often smarter than engineers. I learned that knowledge does not equal understanding. And I learned that truth is truth, no matter what I think about it. So be very careful how you interpret things because you're looking at the world with a bias, whether you think you are or not. I'm Destin. You're getting smarter every day. Have a good one.
So how's it? How's the video?
Yeah, I saw it before actually.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what did you understand by this video, or what are the learnings from it?
The real facts, what we learned was not able to change that easily.
Hmm.
So if a guy or if anyone has a certain mindset, it's really difficult to, overrule it or override it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Anything else?
If we are learning anything from the, start of like an you would say a project or start of anything, it's more deeper into us instead of if we are learning it after like a, after implementing some other thing and then overruling it.
Right. It's the difference between fresh mind and overburdened mind, right?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It's about what you know and what the project actually makes you understand. It is what you know versus what is reality, how you are going to face it, and the challenges.
Hmm. Right.
It's depend how much you're paying attention.
It is. What did you say? I just missed it.
It's dependent how much you are sometime paying attention, on something.
Okay, how focused you are towards the new thing, right?
Yes.
This is okay. Okay. See, yes, you all have like found out many points from this video. What exactly? What was my intention is, whenever you are starting to learn new things, you need to be with the fresh mind. You need to be there with a like blank mind. If you have like if you have a particular mindset already set up and you are going to learn new thing, you're not going to learn it. You'll just listen it and you'll not adapt thing, right? Because you have already a mindset with you which is not allowing you to accept it. Agree with me?
Yeah, because we all time comparing like the what we did and what now we try to learn it. So we are always comparing.
Yes, we are adults. We have our own experiences based on which we prepare our mind, or like we prepare our mindset, right? Based on our experiences and learnings from the past, we make certain things to follow in our life. So
Yeah.
that doesn't allow us to change it.
Yeah, I would like to cite an example here. Like if we are following a religion, right? It's very difficult to change our religion
Yes.
because it's from the beginning. As you were saying, Richa last time, that our
Culture.
parents have inherited, the culture and the religion in ourselves. So yeah.
Right. Right. So
Another example is the driving in India and the driving in US. We
ah,
want to
ah, how difficult it is. How difficult it
yeah,
is.
yeah. We always go to left side.
Yes. You were able to drive in India very proficiently, but when you reach to the US,
Everything
like
is
it,
wrong.
everything is wrong, and you need to start it from the scratch, right?
Yes, if we are again remembering in India's driving, we can't drive here in the road on the road.
And the operations are also on the like opposite hands. Whatever
Yeah,
is
yeah.
available
Teaching
here,
and operations all are other hand.
operations are also like opposite, extreme opposite, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. Good example, Mansaji. Okay. Uh,
because actually I faced it.
okay. So there's a difference. Like you know the driving from India or from India
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
That's
In
why you
India,
have faced this issue.
yeah, in India, I know from my elementary onwards. And when I came here, actually, I'm very surprised and I am thinking, am I able to drive anytime or not in a US road, on US road? That is
So how much time did you take to learn driving in US?
in US, 3 months.
3 months. And
Yeah.
what about in India when you have started learning driving over in India?
Actually, in India, I have started very young age, so I didn't feel any much difficult. In a week,
Hmm.
in a week.
In a week only.
Yeah, yeah.
So the difference here, what have you done first? You have unlearned everything from your mind, and then
Mm-hmm.
you started learning new things.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's why it took longer time.
Yeah, that's what my husband said. Delete all those driving techniques and all that, what you kept in your brain from
Mm,
India driving, so you can learn fastly, he said to me.
right. Yes. So whenever you start learning new things, start with a fresh mind and don't have anything in your mind. Otherwise, you'll take long time to adapt or accept it, right? The other thing is knowledge is not equals to understanding.
Yes,
Uh, like you something you have the knowledge on it, but if you don't accept it, you'll not understand it. It's just somebody has posed you, that's why you have the knowledge of it, right? But you don't understand that why that person is forcing this on me. If you would understand that what is the reason behind it, then only you will accept it or you will adapt it, right? Is this making sense to you?
yes, yes, yes,
Knowledge is not equals to understanding. Sometimes you want to, like, your mind says that you need to follow this process, but you won't be able to do that because of your past experiences, right? So why this video was here? Because waterfall is totally different from agile, and when you start learning agile, you need to have a fresh mind to understand it. Okay, understand it as your culture, accept it, and then you can be able to practice it in your day-to-day life. Okay, so as we were talking about that Agile has 4 values and 12 principles, so they are called as manifestos, Agile manifestos. Okay, so we are going to see first values of it. So 4 values. First value is individual and interactions. Agile says we give more importance to individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Okay, individuals and interactions means whoever are the team member of our team, we give more importance to them. They are equally important for the delivery of the software or the product. And why interactions? Because by interacting with each other, we can find out the best solution to solve that problem. Okay? And to understand, everyone would be on the same pace. It would not happen like somebody is going into east direction and other people are going into west direction. To reduce this, conflict, what do we need? We need interactions between the entire team. Okay. As I said earlier, that business people have the knowledge of the business, like by what all things are needed to get more business from the customers, right? Wherein, if you talk about the development team, they are only bothered about the development of the product. They are not worried about the business values of it, or like how useful this feature would be for the business. They are not worried about it. What they are worried of, only the technology which they are using and how fast they can build that product for the customer. That's it. So that's why we want interaction in our team, so that business people can understand what technology is and what are the limitations of that technology. And technical person can understand that whatever they are building, like how valuable it is for the business. So they should also understand it. Otherwise, what happened? They'll build whatever is comfortable to them, and they are not worried about whether that part of the product is really valuable to the customer or not. Right? Are you getting it?
Yes.
Hmm. So that's why Agile says we give more value to individuals and interactions over processes and tools. We say we are not worried about how you are going to deliver it and which all tools you are going to use. I'm not worried of it. What I'm worried only for, the individuals, like our team members, should be treated as a equally important person for the delivery, and they must have the interactions between all of them. That's it. Okay? Okay?
Yes, yes.
And when you give this, when you share, when you set up that kind of environment in your team where you you pass the message to each team member that each one of you are equally important for the success of this product, then you'll get the quality product of it. Because then people like team member will work as a responsible person. they'll try to give the 100% of their, right? So that is why this is the most important value of the agile. You need to remember these values, okay? So individual and interactions over processes and tools. Second is working software over comprehensive documentation. Working software. Agile says, I believe more into working software over comprehensive documentation. I don't believe into documentation. What I believe in is the working software. Okay, I've already given you an example. I'm again taking the same example. Like, how many of you are using a smartphone?
Almost everyone.
Me.
Yes, everyone.
Everyone, right? And for how long you are using it? Couple of years?
Yeah, more than 10 years.
More than 10
Yeah.
years? More than a
Yes.
decade? More than a decade?
10 years. Yes.
Yes. Hmm. Now, a question to everybody. When you when you have bought your smartphone, at that time you also had had the manual along with it, right? How many of you have read it?
If there was some
First
problem,
time. First time.
Sorry, Mansari, you're not audible.
Uh, First time when I brought it.
First time when you brought it, okay.
Yes.
I never read the whole manual. Never.
yeah, same
Yes.
here. I never read the whole one. So like if I have some problem, I can, refer it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I
Yeah,
don't think I
same.
use it.
Yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm. And that also for for very less time, right? For maybe 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay. What about others?
Yeah, same.
Same. Why? Why? Is manual not required for you to understand the product or what?
Not everything. Maybe.
Not everything. Okay. So
As you
it's a
use it,
waste. Yeah, continue, please. Hello, somebody was talking.
yeah, I would just say as we use it, we actually learn by using it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Experiencing it.
Yes. So
By
it's the
seeing others,
human
we
behavior.
can learn easily.
Yes. It's a general human behavior wherein we believe in live experiences rather than reading about it, right? It's a general human behavior. That's why you have never read the manual, or you are referring it for very less time or for very rarely, right? So why? Because you believe in experiencing things. Agree to this?
Yes, totally.
Huh. So for that reason, Agile says um, we also believe in working soft rather than reading about it or having the documentation on it. But that doesn't mean that we don't have any kind of documentation in Agile. We do have, but it is not very comprehensive. ये भी बनाओ वो भी बनाओ वो भी बनाओ ऐसा नहीं है. There are very few documents which are sufficient for the to define each and everything. That's it. Okay.
So you mean to say that there is no UML diagram, there is no sequence diagram, such kind of things in an agile?
That depends. Uh, only we have HLDs or these. We don't have SRS over here. We have
Okay.
only HLDs in this agile, and apart from this, um, during our Scrum or sprints, we used to create user stories. So in
Mhm.
user stories, each and everything is defined. We don't need any other documentation for that. Only
So
the
that
user story is required.
so the user story is used for the testing purpose, I believe.
No, no,
Mhm. For
no,
creating
no, no.
for the creating.
It is also for the development. User
Okay.
story is the basic thing in Agile which defines the requirement.
Okay, it's like this the requirement gathering. Same thing like the requirement gathering.
Ha, same thing
Okay.
like the requirement gathering, but user story would be the minimal part of the entire product.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so it's like consider like a cake, a big cake. That is your software, the complete software which you need to bake. Okay, and what do you do if you are baking a cake? So what exactly you are doing? First, you are preparing the base for it, right? You're working
Mhm.
on parts. So first, what did you do? You baked the base of it and you kept it aside. Then what the next thing is? You are preparing the icing for it or the cream for it, right? You are preparing it, and then what are you are doing? You are managing. You are cutting down the base to the shape which whatever is required for that cake. You're cutting it down, and you are um, decorating it with the cream, right? So you're working into parts. So what was the minimum part of it? You need to first bake the base of it. That was the minimum thing which you have to do. Okay?
Okay. Mhm.
But while baking the base also, you have to do multiple small things. What could be those? First, measure the flour, that how much you want to put over there, and then measuring other things. So these small parts, like measuring this and mixing the entire
Ingredient.
stuff together. Yes. So
Mhm.
that is the smallest part of the cake baking part, right? So these smallest parts are called as user story, which are complete in the which are itself the complete process, but it is the minimum work which you need to do for your product.
Mhm.
Okay, but it is complete it is complete in its own way. I'll give
Got
you
it.
the examples of it.
Mhm.
And it is for both of the tracks, like for BAs and for PMB. For both the tracks, we will tell you that how to write the user stories and how to maintain it. Okay,
Mhm.
so that is it. So that's why the second value of Agile is working software over comprehensive documentation. The third is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So what happens exactly in waterfall? Customer comes into the picture, he provides you the entire requirement, and then he goes away or he does disappears, right? And at the end of the project, when you have to deliver the project, at that time, customer comes back to the picture, and whatever you have built till now, he views it, he reviews it, and then he accepts or rejects, right? This is what happens in waterfall model.
Yes.
Yes.
But in agile, what we do, we used to have frequent collaboration or frequent connect with the customer, so that we get the reviews from the customer on the very smallest part of the product. So that time only we get the rejection or acceptance from the customer on that piece of the software or product. If he rejects that piece of the product, then what is on stake? Only the efforts which we have spent in the, like maybe in the last 2 weeks or maybe in last 1 month, right? It is just the waste of these many days effort. But if we consider waterfall, if customer rejects a project, then what is on stake? The efforts which we have spent, which we have given in the last, maybe in 6 months or in a year, right? Have you ever experienced the failure of the project wherein customer has rejected your project and everything is just waste? Have you ever experienced it or not?
No, I don't have experience for that one.
No?
No.
No. No.
Oh God. How many, like Prabhakar ji, you are in industry for how long?
14 years.
14 years and you have not experienced this, then you are the luckiest person. Seriously. Because I've seen this in my career for 3 to 4 times, wherein we have built something and the customer says, no, 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 you like the rejection reason could be anything. In one of my project, the rejection reason was the duration which we had which we had took to develop that product. So I don't know who has estimated for that product, but that was the application of this travel and hospitality domain, wherein we have to create the portal for the agents, not for the end users. We have to create the portal for the agent wherein they are providing the RF, like request for proposal, and RFPs, request for proposals, and based on those RFPs, the other hotels can respond to those RFPs. Whether at that time their hotel is available with the required room size, room numbers, and the facilities what they are looking for. So those kind of stuff was there, and it was only of 3 pages application. It was not more than 3 pages application. Okay, so that is why I it's my guessing that because of this reason only they have estimated it for only 3 months. That in within 3 months we will be able to build it and deliver it. But it actually took a year to get completed. Okay, and when we had completed it, and at the time of delivery, customer says, what was the estimated delivery date for this? So our management said it was way back, but we could not complete it, and we have updated you that we will not be able to complete it at the committed time. So he said, doesn't matter to me. I was expecting this project to get delivered 9 months ago, not now. Now it's a waste for me. I'm not going to accept it. And he has simply rejected it, and the entire efforts which we have given in that product was a waste. So this could also be a reason for rejecting project. And people are like this only. I don't know how you people were so lucky and you have not seen this kind of behavior of your customer. So this is really amazing.
No, the timeline is extended. Like I face so many times that the technical difficulty, like we try to previous company I'm working with the finance based company, so I was facing like we can deliver the feeder within 6 months, but there was a technical problem issue, so we cannot able to
Mm-hmm.
get the feed. So that will take a longer time, like the 9 months. So that's happened. Like sometime it's happened. So but
Mm-hmm.
but they cannot reject. We never get rejected for such kind of
Hmm.
the timeline is extending like this for you estimated for 6 months. We can deliver it, but we cannot deliver it. We can deliver it into the 9 months. So
See
that
why
happens.
they have rejected it. What could be the reason for rejection on timeline basis? So the first thing could be the competitors of their have released a similar project in the market, and now if they release it, then also it is of no use because their market has already been occupied by the competitor, right?
Mm.
This could be the one reason. Second could be the reason that they were about to sell it to their customers, and now the customers are not ready to buy it. Then why should your customer is going to pay for it, right? Are you getting this?
Yep.
So behind the rejection, there could be n number of reasons, right? So that's why if we collaborate the customer more frequently with the development team, we would be in we would not be in the situation wherein we have to negotiate on the contract. Okay. So contract negotiation, after 6 months or after a year, when you are going to deliver the product, at that time, customer says, "Can we add these more functionality to the product, or can we modify this functionality to this?" So then, what happens in waterfall? The project managers and the upper management says, okay, then in this case, you need to provide the CR to us. We'll do the analysis of that CR, and then accordingly we'll update you with the budget and timelines. Right? Right? This is what happens in the waterfall.
Yes.
But in agile, what happened at the time of after every iteration, we used to give the demonstration of whatever is completed to the customer, and customer at that time only accepts it or rejects it or gives the suggestion around it. So whatever is required, the customer will provide you the feedback for it, and as per the feedback we decide whether it's just few cosmetic changes or it has to be like a complete new requirement for us. Sometimes what happens, they color change कर दो इसका, थोड़ा सा ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है color, like say I have used the green color, so don't use the green color. Can we choose some other color like light cream color? Maybe can we use cream color, or can we use light orange color? Whatever is comfortable or looks good to the customer. As per that, they can suggest you. Okay. And if it is just as cosmetic changes, you can modify it. But if it's a big change in the functionality, then you can say that we'll consider this as a new functionality and we'll work on this in the consecutive sprints or iteration. But that depends on the customer whether he wants it to take in which iteration. Okay, so by having the
Richaji,
yes,
I have
yes, Srinaji, continue.
no. The irrespective of agile or waterfall, definitely there will be some sort of customer collaboration like weekly status update or project progress, how many hours we utilize so far. Those collaborations will be always happen irrespective of it's agile or waterfall. But how does we say that customer collaboration over contract negotiation?
So in Agile, we have a fixed frequency on which we are going to connect with the customer. Okay. At the start of the iteration, you are going to connect with the customer. You'll have the plan for that iteration, that these many requirements we are going to pick up, and this is what our understanding on it, right? Whatever is there, whatever is your understanding, you all discuss together and you agreeing on that this is what they are expecting and you are working on it, right? Once you have the agreement and you're working on it, then customer cannot say that this is not what I was expecting from you all, right? Because before starting work on those particular requirements, you have got the confirmation from the customer. So now whatever your understanding is the same what the customer is expecting from you, right?
Okay.
If you all are on the same page, then it will be it will reduce the chances of misunderstanding of that requirement, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you one example. uh, you have seen the pages wherein the data is getting populated in the grid.
Yeah.
You know about grid, right?
Yeah.
So what happens in that grid, like you are displaying the data in the page manner, right? On the first page, you'll display n number of items, maybe we'll consider as 100 items on the first page, and the and hundreds on the consecutive pages, right? So now if I say that I need a select all functionality also to get enabled into this. So what could be the uh, like what could be the options for that to select all?
Select all. Oh,
Mhm.
what? I didn't get
If
the question.
okay, so if I say that I need a functionality enabled on that grid
To
by
select all.
which
Okay.
I can select the entire entire list of
Great.
the product.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can you provide me the option? Like what could be the options for them? Select
Like
all link,
control A. Yeah. Yeah. Control A or select all something.
select all link,
Yeah.
which can be provided, and I'm having filters also for that grid. Okay, filters are also there, like 5-6 filters are available on that grid, and I want a select all link to be provided and unselect all. Okay, these two links I want. And apart from this, when you are displaying data in the grid, you have the option in the grid also, like wherein the first column of the grid has the checkbox, right?
Okay.
By which you can select that product and select that particular row and can perform the operations on it, right? So if you remember, the first column of the header is also having the checkbox, right? So that checkbox is for what? To selecting the data which is getting displayed in the grid, right?
Yeah.
So the functionality of select all link and that checkbox which is available in the first column of the header should be same or different.
That column is, it's only for that column. Select all link for the entire grid, right?
Like what? I did not get it.
No, you say there are two links. One is select all link and another one is in the column header you have a checkbox. The column header checkbox, it's only to select the particular column.
No, I'm talking about
No.
I'm talking
No.
about the first checkbox which is available with the headers. You
Yeah, so
have the
the
headers on the grid.
Yeah.
So I'm
yeah,
talking about that
so
checkbox.
that so that selection is if you click the checkbox on the first header, so that is a selection of the whole grid. If you uncheck that, so that is a unselection of the whole grid. Is it like you talking about this one?
Yes, and what about the select all link?
So that will going to, like, if you check on the first link, the first checkbox, that is the
Hmm.
same thing.
It would be
You were
same, right?
yeah,
The both the
selecting
both
and
the options both the options should work similar way,
yeah, that's correct.
right?
Hmm.
What about others? Others, like, did you understand what we are talking about?
Yes, yes, I do.
So what is your thought on it? Would it be similar or it would be different from each other?
I think it should be similar.
Should be similar. Okay. Anyone else want to give their input? No? Okay. So this is was like this is what we also had understood by the wireframe which has been provided by the customer or the requirements which has been provided by the customer. But at the time of like when we have given the demonstration to the customer, at that time they said select all should not behave the similar way as the grid's checkbox is behaving. Okay, I'll tell you how. So select all link is for the entire data. If I say that the grid is having 1,000 records into it, and on the very first page we are displaying only 100 records out of it. Okay, so that select all should be applied for the like by selecting select all link, the 1,000 records should get selected, not the hundreds.
So the customer is talking about the next tab, like the next page. Like okay,
Next
I got it.
pages,
Yep,
next
I got it.
pages also. So whatever data is available in the database, that entire thing should get selected once you click on select all. link. Okay. And when you check the checkbox of the grid, so that checkbox should be applicable for the current page of the grid. If you are on the first page of the grid, so only records which are getting displayed on the first page of the grid, those records should get selected only.
Which make more sense.
now you are also thinking in the same way. But previously what happened? You were thinking in the other way, right?
Yeah.
So this is the assumptions. And customer said, when we said, I was a tester in that group, so I said it should work similar way. So he said, why? So I said, uh, like it was just for ease of the customer that you have provided two different options. So he said, why I should be providing two different options to my customers? It should make sense to them, then only I'll provide these two options to my customers.
Yeah, right.
Then I was speechless because I don't have anything to offend on this, right? So this is how, and then we got the timeline for 3 days that to change entire functionality and deliver it to us. Now, whatever whatever filters are there, after applying those filters, so whatever data is getting displayed or remains in the grid, the link and the checkbox should behave in the same manner. That select all link would be applicable for the filtered list of the record. That if after applying those filter, if you are getting 500 records, so all those 500 should get selected by the select all. And the checkbox functionality should also remain the same. So then it was very difficult for us to accommodate these changes in the system and to test it within 3 days. But we cannot ask for the CR in this case because it was a flaw. It was a flaw by us, not by the customer.
Right, right.
Right? So whatever was the waste, it was just because of us, not because of the customer. Right? These are the live examples or the experiences which I had in my past, and I'm sharing over here. So this makes more sense to understand the exact scenario, right? Okay, so any more discussion you want to have on customer collaboration over contract negotiation? Or is it good?
I'm good.
Good. Okay. Responding to change over following a plan. Agile says we do plan for our like we do plan for our development, but we plan for very small period of time. We don't plan for the entire duration of the product development. We plan for the iteration, right? So it would be for 1 week, 2 week, or maximum to 4 weeks time. So when we plan for it, and it is not like it's very hard and fast plan which you need to follow, but if we get the change request or if we get the change in the requirement, we are ready to respond to change. That is why Agile has been introduced. If we don't give value to responding to change, then there is no use of following agile. Okay, because in waterfall what happens, we follow a plan, we create certain milestones, like on this date our requirement gathering phase should get completed, on this date our analysis should get completed, and this way we plan for the entire project, right? And we measure our success based on the milestones achievement, right? Right.
Yes.
So in agile we measure our success onto the current situation of the working softwares, like how much part of the entire product is in working condition. It's the 30%, 40%, 50%, or like 80, 90%, whatever is the percent of the entire product is in working condition. So we measure our success based on this, not based on the milestone achievements. Okay. And responding to change, like we are open to accept the changes, even if we have, like, we are in the middle of the development. Okay, we check our bandwidth, that how much is our bandwidth available with us, and how many efforts we need to put in extra to complete it, or and what is the change? Is it just a few lines of changes, or it's the complete different new user story? Okay, but we give value to it. We give a thought, like we give a walkthrough to the change request, and we plan whether we can accommodate it right away, or we have to wait for some time to work on it. That depends on the bandwidth available with you. Okay? Any confusion, any doubt on values of agile?
No. Oh, all good.
Good. So when you start working into agile, you need to keep these values in your mind, and as with this, you need to plan your uh, delivery. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So now comes the thing of principles. Like you need to remember 4 values, but you don't need to remember all the principles. But you need to understand what the principles are. Okay. Without understanding the principles of agile, you'll not able to follow agile. Okay. So first principle is, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Okay. This is the highest priority of the agile. What it is? To satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Valuable in terms of business value. Okay. So whatever we are like, our priority is to satisfy the customer. And how we are going to satisfy our customer? By delivering the software to the customer in early and continuous manner, and by which the customer can start making money. Okay. I'll show you one picture that will help you to understand this picture. Okay. So, this is what the agile way of development. If your customer says that I need a swing on a tree, that's it. Okay, this is what the requirement from the customer to you. And you have showcased them that this is what we have created, right? Is this the same thing which you were expecting from us? Because you have given the, like, a swing is available on a tree, right? Now, if customer says, this is perfect for me, but I need some more comfort into it. Okay? So what you did? You have added a tire over here. By this, you can give the comfort to the customer, right? But customer has seen some others swing, and he came back to you and he asked, no, 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 I want something in wooden, and it should be in a steps, so that multiple people can stand together and can swing, right? So what do you have provided him? This. Now customer says, I want something very comfortable to me, right? So you have provided him this. Now by providing this, what exactly you are having now? You are having these four versions, or these four different images available with you, which can be sold, which can be sale, like you can sell it in the market and make money out of it, right? Right or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, if consider that you are my customer, you as in Mansaji. Mansaji is my customer. I am the development of this. And Mansaji says, my requirement is just having a swing on a tree. So can you make it for me? So I said, okay, I will make it for you. Now I am continuously in connect with Mansaji. Mansaji, is this looking good to you? Like, is this
No.
what you have expected with me? So if she says yes or no, whatever is her decision, she'll let me know. Okay. But now I have ready, like I have these four images available with me. Okay, these four kind of same product I have. Now Manasaji wants to sell this product to their customer. Let's say Prabhakarji is the customer to Mansaji. Mansaji will check with Prabhakarji that how much money uh, he is having to spend on this product, and what are the requirements of Prabhakarji, and as per that she will showcase him the products available with her. If Prabhakarji is not worried about the money to spend on it, she will definitely going to showcase this product to Prabhakarji,
Higher
right?
end model. High end model.
Yes, high-end model, and you will sell this to Prabhakarji. If someone else comes to Mansaji, let's say, I'm just taking random names. I don't take it personally or in other way. Okay, and now Akanksha ji has came to Mansaji and asked for the swing on the tree, but she's not ready to pay much amount into this. So what will Mansa ji is going to showcase to Akanksha ji maybe these two products which are in less amount, right? So they are less costly. So she'll showcase these two products to Akanksha ji, and Akanksha ji will select one product out of these two, and can buy it, right? So now Mansa ji is able to make money out of all these 4 products, or out of all these 5 products, right? And from where she can start making money? As soon as she get this image available with her, she can start making money out of it, right? Is this making sense to you all?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay. It is the same thing like a shopkeeper is having the similar kind of product, but with different costs, right? Why is he having so multiple products of same thing? To increase the market, right? To have the bigger coverage into the area, right? So that is why shopkeeper used to have multiple options for the same product.
To attract new customers.
Yes, to attract with the customer and to sell the product in all like
Possible ways and in all budget.
possible ways and slabs of the customers. Few people are few people are very they want everything in luxurious way, right? Few people are not very much ready, they are not ready to spend much amount in few products. So these kind of stuffs are there, and based on that the shopkeeper keeps the product of different prices, right?
Yes.
So by this way, like this is what our principle is. Now everyone is in win-win condition. We I am getting money because from Mansaji because I am developing it. And Mansaji is happy because we have delivered it in very few days, or we can say in few months. And she's spending money on us, and she's making money out of it, right? She has started making money out of it.
Yeah.
And Akanksha ji is also happy because she got the same kind of product in the less amount, right? Now Mansa ji is very happy because she is going to sell these all products to the market, and like she'll make more money out of it, right?
Yeah.
So everyone is satisfied now. So our goal was to satisfy our customer. So which we have done, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next principle is welcome changing requirements even late in development. Agile processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantages. Now I'll give you one more example over here. Google and Microsoft are the rivals of each other, or are the competitors to each other, right? Are they?
Yes.
Are they competitors or not?
Yes.
Yes. So what happens if, let's say, if Microsoft was thinking to deliver to release some product in the market, but at the same time, like Microsoft is developing the product, and while Microsoft is busy in development, Google has already pub released the
Release.
same. He has already released the same product in the market. So now, what happens to the Microsoft? Whatever he has thought of, they have thought of, it is of no use now, because the same product has already been released in the market, right? So Google has captured the entire market, right? Now what will Microsoft do? Microsoft people will think again, like what all could be provided to the customer along with this feature. So they will try to find out some enhancements or add-in feature to the existing one. And then they will release the same product in the market after a certain period of time, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh. So in Agile, what we are saying that the Google has, if in this case, if Google has released the product and Microsoft product is yet to get released, Microsoft people will tell the development team that stop here, don't proceed further. We need to think about the additional features which we can provide to the customer, right? So our team is not wasting their efforts, and just they are waiting for the waiting for the Microsoft team or the business people to give the next instructions to follow. Okay, they will do the market analysis, they'll think through about it, what could be the add-in feature or additional feature which we can provide to the customer, and by which we can get the market back, right? So here what happens, they have stopped working on it and they are suggesting some enhancements which we need to accommodate with the existing feature, right? But in waterfall, what happens? If this kind of situations may occur, then what happens? They'll say that no, like we are in development phase and we have already developed these many features. Now, how can we wait for it? And if you want to give it, now again, we'll start the requirement analysis for the entire product and then we'll start looking into it, right? It will start from the scratch now. And again, we need these many months to complete this, right? But in Agile, what we will do, we'll see that what is the impact. While once we get the enhancement list to us, we analyze it and we find out a way by which we can release this product in the market as soon as possible. We'll release this product in the market, and if we see that certain bugs are there or certain limitations are there, then what will we do? We'll release the patches for it. Now you have captured the market is working on like using your products. Now after a few days or few weeks, you can release the patch also, right? Are you getting my point or not? Or it's not like you are confused?
Yes, I'm getting
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Okay. Okay. So by this, we can accommodate any change at any point of time in Agile. But in waterfall, it is quite difficult to accommodate the changes.
One of
Deliver.
such, if I am
Sorry.
not wrong, if I am not wrong, one of such competitors are Alexa and Siri.
Yes. Siri is only available with the Apple products, right? Now
Yeah.
Alexa is available with all the Android products.
Yes.
It is also available in the TV, and you can use it for the household things also, house operations also.
Yes.
By
Yes.
Alexa, you can operate your house electricity also, right? You can switch on lights, fans, you can
Yeah.
switch off them. Everything is like you can operate through Alexa.
We can on and off the instant pot, everything.
Yes, yes. So Siri is limited to Apple products, but Alexa is not limited to Apple products, right?
Yes.
So this is how, like, Siri is there for like since ages. But what they
Yes.
have done now, the Microsoft, or whose product is Alexa? Whose product is
It's
of Alexa?
Amazon.
Amazon.
It's a
Amazon.
product.
No, Google has the different way.
It's Google Assistant.
Google Assistant.
Google
Google
Assistant. Yes,
Assistant.
that is
It's
Google
Google
Assistant.
Assistant. And Alexa is Amazon's
Amazon.
product.
Yep. Yeah,
Amazon,
it's
yes.
Amazon. I'm using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In here.
Okay. I am confused with this. I'm very bad in this. I don't remember the company name. So that is
Same as
okay.
the Bixby is the product for Samsung phones. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there are a number of it.
Okay. I have not used Samsung phone like for maybe 6-7 years. I have not used Samsung phone. So no idea about it. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Huh. So these are the advanced versions of the previous product, right? Siri is available in the market since ages. Then Amazon took place, then Google Assistant took place, right? These all are the similar kind of products, but they have their own benefits available with them, right? Additional features to them, right? Okay. So next is deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to couple of months. So as we are saying that we work in iterations in the agile. So what happens after every iteration? Something from the entire product would be in working condition. Okay? And we decide that after certain period of time, these all working pieces of the software, we are going to release it to the customer's environment. So by end of every iteration, you are with something in working condition with you. Okay? So if you, as I said, our success is going to measure based on the how much part we have in working condition, right? Like out of 100%, is it only 10% functionality which we have converted into software or not? Like, what is the current percentage of the entire product which is in working condition? That would be the success measurement for us as in development team. We deliver those working product to the customer. So by getting the working product to, like, customers are happy to have the product in working condition. They can visualize it. They can see what is the progress of it, right? So if I say that, consider you are like your flat is getting constructed, your house is getting constructed, and you are visiting your house on a like frequent basis, and you are able to see the progress as per the current situation of your house, that how much is completed, and as per that you can estimate whether the builder is going to provide me my house on the set date or not, right? So how you are measuring the progress? By seeing the whatever part is completed and is in working condition, right? So the similar way, the customer is having the pieces of the software in working condition to it, and that's why the customer is also happy, right? And by this, customer will have the faith on you, on the development team, that I am spending my money on you. So am I getting the quality product from you all? Are we going to get the product on the committed date or not? Whatever you are making is as per his or her expectation, right? These factors will get fulfilled and you both will have a good rapport with each other, right? Right?
That's correct.
Yes, correct.
So by delivering working software frequently, you will get these many benefits. Okay. So that is why Agile says deliver working software frequently is my principle. I follow this principle. Check.
I
Sorry?
think so. Someone knocking your door.
No, it's not knocking on my door, but my father and his friends are playing table tennis just above my floor. So they are playing over there. So they are just, I don't know what they are doing right now. So my father and his friends are enjoying their days, retirement days. Okay. Okay. Business people and developers work together daily throughout the project. So business people are good in business. They know which all functionality is required for the customer, for their customer, right? And developers are good in the technical stuff. So they both gets connected on daily basis, and they discuss that whatever they are working on is valuable to the customer. And this is not a temporary connect which they have to have. This is the permanent connect which they have to follow until they are associated with the project. right? Right? It is beneficial for the team if the business people and technical people like they gets connected on daily basis.
Yes.
Yes, because they understand each other's problems and like
Everybody is on the same page.
yes, yes, right. Build project around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need and trust them to get the job done. Now this is very important for the management of the project, right? Build projects around motivated individuals. As a scrum master or as a like lead of the project or as a senior person of the team, you have to maintain an environment in your team wherein each one of the team members should feel like they are equally important for the delivery. By this, they will feel motivated and they will also behave like a reliable person, or you can say the responsible person for the delivery. And they will give their 100% into the project development. Agree to me or not?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Yes. So, as a senior person of the team or as a lead of the team, you need to make sure that your team has this environment. Give them freedom. First make a rapport with them that you trust on them. You are not the manager or not just the lead for them, but you are the what do you say, guide for them, or you are the friend of them who can help them to achieve their goals, right? Build a friendly environment in your team, and it's a key for everyone. Whenever you are appreciating anybody, appreciate that person in front of the entire team. But in case of like you need to say anything about the limitation or you need to say something wrong about that person, then you should have the one-on-one communication only, right? This will help you to make a good rapport with your team members. Okay. Okay. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within the development team is face-to-face conversation. How many of you are agree to this point? That the best way
Me.
of conversation is face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
agree in
agree.
that.
Yeah, I agree.
Agree? But we are not having face-to-face conversation then.
Mm.
Zoom meetings.
But we are not having face-to-face conversation, right? You can't see me, I can see you. Right?
Right.
So this is the limitation with the current era, wherein we need to give more efforts to make understand each other about what exactly we are talking about, right? If it was a classroom session, then it would not take much time to get understand by each one of you. But because it is online sessions, that's why I am struggling to make you understand what exactly I wanted to say, and you are struggling to understand me, that what exactly the lady is talking about, right? And this is why I am asking again and again, are you getting my point or not? Are you with me? Is it making sense to you or not? Right? Because I can see you. If I can't see you, I cannot make that thing, make that assumption that you are understanding each and everything. So if we would be having the face-to-face conversation, I could read your faces. I could read it like whether you are getting my point or not. If we were in a classroom session, I would have not asked this on like multiple times, that whether are you getting this point or not, right? Again, I am asking, are you getting my
Yes.
point or not?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
yep.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
that's true.
So that is why the studies also says that the face-to-face conversations are the most effective way of conversation. So that is why we say that the entire team should sit together. The team should not be splitted in the different geographical regions. We say that entire team should sit together. If not together at the same place, then at least at the same geographical location, wherein you don't have the time differences. If we have half the team sitting in US and half the team sitting in India, what will happen? They'll only have the conversation through emails or through the calls and with the limited time, right? If they are having the calls, so that would be very limited time. They'll have it for maybe half an hour or max to an hour, and that will lead the misunderstanding amongst the team member, right? So that is why we suggest, but in the most cases, it doesn't happen. The team is scattered in different geographical regions. Okay. Okay. So next is working software is the primary measure of progress that I have already explained you. Do I need to explain it again?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. Agile processes promotes the sustainable environment development. Sustainable development. What does that mean? That means that if at all in the first iteration you were able to deliver three functionality, so that should not happen in the second iteration that you are delivering only one functionality to the customer. That should be near to the previously delivered count. Okay. If you have delivered 3 functionality in the previous, then you should again deliver at least 2 requirements or 2 functionality in the second iteration. And in the consecutive iteration, you should be able to deliver minimum 2 requirements and 2 functionality to the customer, and maximum as many as you can, right? So it is like a constant pace from the development team. How the sponsors or the customers can maintain their constant pace? By paying the whatever is the commitment between the development team and the customer. They should deliver, they should pay the money to the development team as per the commitment, right? And also they should maintain a constant pace in terms of providing you the requirements. It should not be the case that you are waiting for the requirements to get explained by the customer, and you have wasted one iteration in just waiting for them to provide you the requirements. It should not be the case. The customer should be very proactive in terms of providing you the requirements, and it is the customer's responsibility to maintain it, to have a double check on the requirement side, that the development team should have at least a good amount of requirements available in the bucket. For now, I'm calling it as a bucket, but later I'll explain you what that bucket is called as. Okay? So are you getting this thing? Or it is too heavy to digest today?
I'm good.
Yeah, good, good.
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 Okay. Okay. So next principle is continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. So in Agile, what happens? We continuously give attention to our technical excellence. Like what kind of technical excellence could be? What could be the technical excellence? If you are like, if you enable the environment in the team wherein everybody feels like they are equally important and they are motivated, then what will happen? They'll continuously they'll continuously finding out the best quality of their work, of their skill, right? They are continuously providing you the work with the best quality with it, right? So when technical people are working into this, they will find out the, like, you will have less waste in terms of coding, redundant codes. They can use it, you can utilize, they can utilize it with the like, what do you say, the, what is that term called when we are in process to improving our code quality?
Tuning?
Optimization.
Optimize, yes, that's the, yeah.
Optimization.
Code optimization.
Yes. So if the technical people are there, they feel motivated and responsible for their work, then they will be they'll always be in progress to, like, optimize the code, right? What is optimization of code? like anybody wants to explain it? Prabhakar ji?
Yeah, you want to suppose your code is taking like for the execution time from one place to another place, like 20 milliseconds. So you have to optimize your code like they are going to take like 15 millisecond, 10 milliseconds. So that is the code optimization. Another thing is like your code is heavy, like the size wise, the exe is yeah, like 5 MB. So if you can optimize your code and their executable size is going to reduce like the 3 MB or whatever, you can reduce that. That is also the part of the code optimization.
Yes. So why I asked you to explain it, because we have um, members over here who are new to the industry. So they should be able to understand what we are talking about, right? So code optimization is nothing but we are trying to improve the quality of our code. Okay. So in simple words, you can understand like code optimization is just improving the quality of our code. Whatever work we have done, we are improving it. Okay. So Agile gives this facility also. Okay. The next principle is simplicity. The art of maximizing amount of
ட்ரைனிங்
work.
ஓகே முடிச்சுட்டு நான் கூப்பிட்டேன் இல்லை ஓகே
Anybody is talking to me? Anybody?
No, someone forgot to make
mute. Okay, it's okay. Someone was talking on phone and he forget to mute, right? That's okay. Okay, so simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. The art of maximizing the amount of work not done, that is necessary in Agile. Okay, if I give you the example, who is a good baker over here? Anybody? A good baker? No?
Definitely, I am not.
That's okay. Anybody else? No. Okay.
I know cooking, but I don't know. Like I'm not the good
baking.
baker.
basic cake baking and cupcakes baking. I know.
Okay. So just we'll take the example of cake baking. Okay. That is very interesting and everyone loves cake, right? So at least I do. I love cakes. Okay. So what exactly, see, as a bigger picture, what is the requirement to bake a cake? That is the requirement. But as a baker, you only know that what is the exact process behind it. What small things which you have to take care to make to bake a good cake, right? Right? बाकी सबके लिए तो it's just like अरे केक ही तो बनाना है, कौन सी बड़ी बात है? But the baker knows that what exactly he or she has to do into this. The smallest thing which you have, which is there, you only be knowing it, right? Baking soda लगेगा, baking powder लगेगा, and baking powder, baking soda की quantity थोड़ा भी आगे पीछे हुआ तो केक आपका खराब हो जाएगा, right? आपका केक बिखर जाएगा. So that only you know, not the other person. As Prabhakar ji said, he is not knowing how to bake a cake. Okay, so he would not know that कि अगर इसका बेकिंग सोडा और बेकिंग पाउडर का क्वांटिटी थोड़ा भी आगे पीछे हुआ तो केक खराब हो जाएगा. He does not know that, but it's you who knows it, right? तो आपको अगर आप किसी को बता रहे हो कि केक कैसे बनाना है, अरे यार, sorry Srini ji, I used to forget this.
It's okay. It's okay.
So it's only you that what all things are required to bake a cake. So consider that you are teaching someone, that you are helping someone to learn the cake baking, right? So you are the only person who would tell that person that these all things you need to keep in mind, that baking soda and baking powder should be in this quantity only. The measurement should, if you don't follow the same measurements for these two, your cake will be ruined, right? फट जाता है, बहुत बुरी तरीके से फटता है, फैल जाता है पूरा केक. आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड इट. नहीं तो हार्ड हो जाता है बहुत, राइट?
Yes.
So this is what the smallest part of that process which you only know, right? So the similar way we says whatever the smallest thing you need to build a software, you should be able to explain it or to identify it. If I say that Prabhakar ji is going to work on the search functionality of Amazon site, okay, just an example. So Prabhakar ji, you should be able to explain us that what all things you are going to do to implement search functionality on Amazon site. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So what all things you are going to have while working into this functionality? I believe you were the coder, right?
Yes.
Huh. So I have picked up the right person. Now you tell me that what all things you are going to do in the search functionality.
Just so first of all, I'm going to say like which list I'm going to, like the my searching, which algorithm I'm going to choose that, like the which one is the fast, like the link list, doubly link list, or yeah, such kind of things I have to take. Like it's depend upon the what is the size, what is the so I have to decide that.
Consider the example of Amazon site. Now Amazon has uh, lakhs of products available in it, right? So now you consider that you have to implement the search for the home page of the Amazon.
So I can say like we can use the vector function, hashing or hashing for the searching.
So list out what all things you would be doing into this functionality. List it out. Okay, I'll open my notepad and we'll start writing it. Okay, so functionality is search functionality. Okay, search of Amazon.
Yeah, so you want to search by product name, keywords.
Okay, I'll open the Amazon site over here. Amazon.in. So this is what the Amazon site. Okay. Now this is the search functionality which you are going to implement on this.
Yeah, so
Okay.
search by keywords, like whatever you are going to type the words, they are going to search it.
Mm-hmm. So what could be the like I'm asking you about the task which you need to do within the search functionality. You have different tasks which you need to follow within this functionality, right? First, you need to check what is the size, what could be the size of the database, right?
That's
How
correct.
heavy the how heavy the product list, right? So
Yeah,
size first you will check.
I have to make the schema for that, like the primary, which one is the primary key, which one is the secondary key, or I have to design in the database, like what is
Hmm,
the foreign key,
hmm, hmm.
so schema property.
Schema preparation, right?
Mhm.
Second, what would be the next step for you?
Or like, and I can load it into our vector, and I can like, if you want to search fast, so instead of reading from the database, I can do the hash functionality, or vector I can, or list,
Hmm.
anything I
So
can
this would
implement
be
it.
the implementation part, right?
Implementation part. Yeah,
That you are choosing the classes which you can apply into it, right?
yeah, that's correct. For the, yeah,
Hmm.
instead of I'm reading from the database, I can read from the, like, the memory, I can load it.
Ha. No, that would not be the task. Task would be the schema preparation. Then implementation of this would be like implementation of uh,
S- Search functionality, so implementation of search.
but that like I'm trying to split it out in multiple things. Like as we have done for this schema preparation, that we are preparing the schema and then into this, okay, implementation of search. So in this would be your task, right? This is your task.
Mhm.
These are your task, right? इसके अलावा इसमें task और क्या आ सकते हैं? Unit testing would be the another task, right?
Yep. Unit
Unit
testing,
testing.
integration testing, like the, you can say.
Integration testing up to certain time, certain aspect, yes. As per the developer, you also have to do the integration testing from your side. And integration testing. So this, okay. So now this is your user story, that search of Amazon or search of homepage of Amazon. Okay. This is your user story. And within this user story, you are having these many tasks. Okay.
Mhm.
So these tasks, like the ability of defining the different tasks within a particular functionality is needed in the agile way of working. Why? By this, if you are able to define the different tasks into your smallest functionality, then it will be easier for you to estimate, right?
Mhm.
If I don't give you these many, if I don't give you time to find out which all task you need to perform within this search functionality, will you be able to give the uh, estimation for this functionality?
Yeah, it is hard. Like, you have to, but if you give me.
Whether I'll give you this freedom to select the task or not, identify the task or not. You are going to identify the tasks which are associated within that functionality to estimate it, right?
That's correct.
आप मुझे बता के करोगे या बिना बताए करोगे वो आपके ऊपर है, लेकिन आप करोगे जरूर,
जी.
right? So this is why we say in Agile that the art of maximizing the remaining work or associated work for the particular functionality is needed in this to have the better estimations done. अभी ऐसे हमने जब when we have segregated or identified all the tasks, now it is easier to us to estimate for it. I know how much time will it take to prepare your schema. Based on our previous experiences, I can say it will take 16 hours maybe maximum to prepare the entire schema, right?
Yep.
16 hours or 24 hours, whatever is
Yes.
it is
Yeah. 60.
required.
Yeah. Give the. Yeah.
So
The.
you can say that 16 hours, right? And now implementation of search. So how much time will you take to implement this feature? If you are using particular classes and you are aware of it, you'll not take more than 2 days to implement it, right?
Maybe in a half day.
Maybe. That depends.
Yeah.
Like depending on your
Yeah.
experiences. If you are confident enough on this functionality, like you said, I will be able to complete it within half day. So let's say we have taken 5 hours for this, considering the buffer time, right? Then unit testing. So what would be the unit testing? Maybe 1 hour maximum.
Yeah.
If we are having only 5 hours efforts in the implementation, then I don't think more than 1 hour would be your unit testing time, right? And the integration time would be maybe 2 hours, not more than this, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So how much in total? 16 plus 5, 21, 22, and 23 hours. So in total for this functionality, for search functionality, you can estimate for 24 hours. We have come up with the 23 hours, but added 1 more hour as a buffer and have estimated for it as 24 hours. Was it easy to estimate? Was it easy to estimate for, right? Hello, am I
Yes.
audible?
Yep.
या बहुत लेट हो रहा है, 11:15 बज गए, नींद आ रही है सबको. Okay, ठीक है. So this is why Agile says that the art of maximizing work not done is essential in Agile. ठीक है, make it as simple as possible. By identifying these tasks, we have kept this task, we have kept this functionality simple for us, right? We made it simple. Agree?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So next is the best architecture requirements and design emerges from the self-organizing team. If your team is self-motivated or you are working around the motivated individuals and each one of them having the environment which is comfortable to them, definitely you are going to have the self-organized team. What does that mean, self-organized team? That they don't require anyone to monitor, anyone to guide them what needs to be done next, or like task assignment, they are not dependent on anyone to assign that task for them, right? They know what they need to do next, right?
Yes.
So Agile says keep your team self-organized and everything would be done. Don't worry about it. First principle is, like my principle is, to make your team self-organized. And that's it. You'll get the best quality out of them, right? The next principle, the last principle of Agile is at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. So Agile says at a particular time of period, like after a particular time of period, you need to analyze your previous iterations. You analyze it, you find out what were the flaws into it, and accordingly you change your plan and adapt it. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so these were the manifestos of Agile, wherein we have discussed today about the values of Agile and then principles of Agile, right? Any doubt in these two topics?
No, no.
No? Okay. These were the founders of Agile, wherein Ken Beck, Mike Beadle, Harry Van, and so many people others. And Ken Schaber and Jeff Sutherland are the founders of Scrum. When we are going to learn more about the Scrum, so please keep their name like remember with you that they are Ken Schaber and Dr. Jeff Sutherland. They are the founders of Scrum. Okay, as they are the founders of it, we should give some what to say, some
Credit.
credit to them. Yes, because they made our life easy, right?
Yeah.
And these all manifestos are available at www.agilemanifesto.org. At any point of time you want to learn them and you don't have material available with you, so then you can find these manifestos available at agilemanifesto.org. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक है. So if you have any doubt, any queries, then you can ask me. Otherwise, we can call it a day.
What about the recording and the slides? Can we get it?
Yeah, I'll provide the slides. Don't worry. I'll provide it. And recordings, yes, I'll provide that too. There is a
What about the previous
Google
class?
Drive.
Yeah, that's. I think so. I got the access, but I think I don't know. Like I got the access for the different URL. Like the today I got it.
For which URL you got it?
It's a PMP PMI training.
So that is for you. And if you can see in that initial days of the recordings, If you find
PMP.
out,
No, I cannot see that. PMP PMI training QA.
PMP, PMI training QA,
Yeah.
question and answers. Okay,
No, there is no question and answer. There is just YouTube link. All are YouTube link.
all our YouTube links now. Okay, wait, I'm
Like
stopping my
do
screen.
you want me to share my screen?
Yes, that is what I was asking you. Yes, share it. I'm